Hey guys, it's ZeroMethanol here from DoubleCrossedGaming, and I'm joined by JesterLogic, and we're playing TF2 and doing a Q&A video.
Yay! Yay, TF2!
High five me, bitch.
Oh, where are you? You have to come down here then.
I can't high five actually, I don't have it equipped.
Smooth.
Sad times.
Okay, let's go with the first question then. It comes from Futa Pie. It says, how do you reckon the Beowulf stands in terms of its tanking ability? Personally, I find it to get instantly wrecked by suicide infiltrators in about 10 seconds. But would it be reasonable buffing health? What do you reckon?
I don't think the health's really the issue. I think it's just that fact that the way they normally defend themselves against targets like running around them, for instance, would be with a minigun. But the minigun is just shit. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy. I mean, I think buffing health's the way to go, and I think they need to make it so that you can use some sort of minigun or turret or something as the pilot, as well as like the actual main can. Because like any decent player can wreck a tank on its own, regardless of what class you are.
It's true.
They just can't, like, they can't move fast enough to kind of get away from you. To put it simply. To be fair, you don't really see many tanks in comp anyway in high level. I mean, Americans use them a bit more than the EU do. I think on the game shrine ladder for the EU side, they have to actually have a limit on tanks, whereas there's no rule on that. Yeah, there's no limit on tanks in the EU because none of us use them anyway. And this one comes from Kwaijin, and the question is, are grav cycles ever used in competitive play? In America, yes. People do grav cycle capping. Basically just kind of a cheaper version of
strike capping.
Yeah, cheaper version of strike capping.
Yeah, you can still get some pretty insane quick. In fact, you can probably get some insane speeds. I was in a game the other day where someone did a grav cycle cap as a Doombringer, which worked surprisingly well actually.
Yeah, they're effective, but I mean, I probably wouldn't bother using them unless it's just a kind of off the cuff sort of thing.
Yeah.
Ertstas97 says, can you post more videos more often? And I think you'll find that we posted 2 in the last 2 days, and this one will be the 3rd. So yes, we can. We just don't always do it.
We do try, but we've got quite busy lives, I like to think.
Chamor10 asks, hey guys, I've been playing Soldier on defense for a while now, and I seem to be doing well as an individual. I managed to close my questions window, that was good.
God, I keep dying so much. I hate it. I haven't played TF2 in so long.
Shooting the flag, chaining, etc., but I'm having trouble coordinating my team. What voice command should I use to let them know what's going on? When should I use them, and how often? Well, if you're playing defense, you're not going to have much luck on public service. However blunt that sounds. You'll get, every now and then you'll get like the kind of golden team where everyone's like kind of syncing up quite well, but most of the time pub servers are pretty useless for coordination. Like spotting people as they come in, spotting cappers is usually the way to go. And then just using the kind of, retrieve our flag as to when actually to retrieve it. So like say the flag's in the field and actually telling people when to retrieve it's good, because now they've removed the actual points you get from retrieving. People are a bit more intelligent with it, as opposed to just returning it like solely to the point.
If you do VVW as well, that's as weight to your team. I usually spam that every time the flag's dropped.
It sounds a bit silly, but like that's one of the only ways to really get through people on pub servers a lot of times, just to spam the same command over and over again. Okay. Matu asks, who's also a Starscream on YouTube, says, I were there. I think he was in one of our games with us quite recently. The question is, if you would refer 10,000 players to tribes and would get the prize for your own weapon, what would it be, for what class, and why? Nice sniping skills 0.
Yeah, see, my sniping skills up for awesome.
Yeah, no.
No, I saw a guy on the forums actually say something about a weapon for the Doombringer that would replace the saber launcher, and anything that replaces the saber launcher in my mind is good. Yeah. And he said it was if I had like a net which kind of slowed down targets, kind of like an anti-kappa device, you know?
Right, right.
Which I thought sounded quite cool.
Yeah. But
then I don't play Doombringer, so I don't know. Might think of something for the Pathfinder instead.
Yeah.
You got any idea?
I mean, I'm honestly not that sure. I mean, I can't really think of anything that would really kind of massively improve the classes I play, because I mean, I mostly play Soldier. And I mean, I'd like some form of like alternative spin fuser maybe that I could use. Maybe just like a lower damage spin fuse I could use instead of the thumper, because I much prefer the spin fuser, but that's just me being kind of picky with weapons. I can't really think of any kind of really unique ones at the minute. I can think of some troll ones. Maybe actual smoke grenades would be nice.
Actual smoke grenades?
Yeah,
like flash grenades then?
Well, yeah, but like they don't knock people away, there's no knockback or anything on, it's just sort of like a, you know, you throw them onto the stand and actually disrupt it without having to kind of everyone pile onto it. And I mean, it would probably be reasonably balanced just because, like, the flashbangs are only stupid at the minute because they have knockback and the fact they, like, blind you entirely for, like, a couple of seconds, even regardless if you're looking at them or not. Whereas a smoke grenade, kind of, it's in one place, you know where it is, and it's not going to knock you off the center, I think it's just going to make it a bit harder to defend. But I don't know what class that'd be on, maybe the Infiltrator or the Raider or something.
Raider could probably use them.
I think the Infiltrator could probably use something that makes it a bit more viable for kind of actual high-level play. A lot of times you don't really see him play that often.
True.
You still see him play, but not that much.
You see some good Infiltrator disruption sometimes.
Yeah, they have their place, I mean, but I'd probably always pick Raider over the top of it, for me, personally.
Oh yeah, me too.
And another question from him says, and there's another one, is your channel name DoubleCrossedGaming from the TF2 map Double Crossed? No, it's
I love
not.
that map.
Good map, but that's not what it's from. It's from, I used to play Jedi Knight 3 and 2 competitively years ago, which people seem very amazed by, but I actually had like quite a big competitive scene. I had an ESL ladder and stuff. And I was in a team called Double Cross Gaming on that, and I was like, God, that makes me feel old. That was like 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago.
God.
And
but yeah, we took that name and we just carried it forward, really.
Yeah, it was a bit of a troll team, although we had some like crazy good players, but we got referred to as cockroaches a lot of the time in CTF. Because, not CTF, in TDM, because once you killed one of us, like, you know, 3 or 4 of us would pop up and kind of cluster it in TF2 terms. They should just go entirely on our, like, dueling skills.
And then, of course, we also played as Double Cross Gaming in TF2.
Yeah. For future notice, anyone, by the way, Jedi Knight 3 still has some players playing it, even though, like, most of them are kind of just pissing about now. If you can pick it up really cheap, I'd go for it, it's a bit of a laugh. Okay, the next question is from Little Noob in Blue. He says, I feel soldiers, rays and pathfinders with the bolt launcher fulfill similar roles, LD and light offense, and the occasional capping-E grabs. Could you elaborate a bit more on how they should be used differently? Soldiers, higher priority on defense, raiders, higher priority on flag disruption, pathfinders on chasing or following our flag carrier. You've pretty much answered your own question, really, but yeah, the soldiers, honestly, like, the soldiers are the best medium D at the minute. You don't want to play a raider on D just because you haven't got the splash damage on the flag, unless you get crazy good with the grenade launcher. But even then, I don't think it's worth it.
No.
Playing soldier on offense is a bit more balanced than raider on D, but I'd still probably always go raider anyway.
So soldiers can do offense. I mean, we've seen them use frag grenades for clearing stands and such.
I mean, every now and then I'll switch soldier on offense. It does work, it has like a purpose, but I'd still probably say Raider's a much stronger class for it. When it comes to Pathfinder, Pathfinder is one of the only classes I think that's used for, yeah, it's used for LD on American servers mostly. They play a lot more light defense than we do. Euro teams tend to play a lot more medium, and we don't really rely on chasing as much. Although we have got a couple of decent chasers, but it's not really kind of a role we focus on that much.
Yeah, I think the main issue with that is because we've got some very quick cappers in the EU scene compared to like the Americans.
The American caps are so slow. No offense to our American
players.
So
trying to chase a capper going 300 is not easy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, like, I think 300 is probably about, like, not an average, but it's, you know, you're always going to see 300 cap routes in the EU scene nowadays, and usually faster on a lot of maps now. Whereas in the American scene, for the most part, their cappers are a lot slower, and they do a lot, like, kind of, a lot of front-to-back routes and all that sort of stuff. I mean, they got different playstyles, so it works for them, but it's kind of a different scene. I personally prefer having faster cappers, but I think it's kind of just a balance thing, really.
Yeah.
Okay, Cobrophy, I guess. For the next video, can you explain the current competitive metagame and how it has evolved into its current form? Yes. I could. I suppose. It used when we first started playing comp, which was when it was God, November, I think when it first started kind of taking off on the beta, it was pretty much ranger only. You see like 7 or 8 rangers in a team of AV8.
Yeah, 7 rangers and the scrambler it was.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't been along, rangers are basically the soldier with
and scramblers are essentially raiders.
Yeah, they kind of combine those classes up now, and then it's slowly gone towards having a lot more class diversity, which I think is kind of a comment to how decent a job of balancing high res is doing, because Pathfinder capping before was pretty crappy.
It didn't exist. People just did scrambler capping.
Exactly, yeah. And scrambler capping is still reasonable. It's just not as good as Pathfinder capping anymore. And you'll see a lot more raiders on offense, and we're actually seeing heavies played now, which again we didn't before. I think the Merv launcher kind of changed that a little bit, made people a little more accepting of it. I personally always loved heavier, but it was never kind of that strong until quite recently, where now we've got players like Antipop who are kind of just basically just dedicated to it, and they're unbelievably annoying as well. I think when it comes to like pub games though, like, I was in a server yesterday where people complained about how overpowered the infiltrator is, and it's going from playing pub games to playing at high levels completely different, because an infiltrator, usually you're not going to be alive for that long. If you're in the enemy base, you have to use your stealth to your full advantage to get in, do as much damage as you can within a very small period of time before the defense is going to clear you out, as opposed to on a pub server where you can sort of frag hunt around the enemy base and no one's going to communicate and give a shit. Stealth only becomes overpowered when the team isn't communicating, because you can sort of like go and triangulate where they are. Any comments on that?
Nope, not really.
Fair enough.
If it's right though, yeah.
I've got another question from Kwaijin though. It says, can you make a video with your team, like introducing your teammates and their roles? Thanks and keep up the good work. We're planning on doing one of those quite soon. I think we can do a very quick run over now, if I can remember all our players. And
hold on, I'll get up the roster.
Yeah. Well, I personally play. I can play in comp. I can do medium offense, Shrike D, and medium D, and I can do some light D as well. I'm usually on defense, but I've been trying to kind of get everyone else on our defense to practice body blocking, because that's the only reason I'm on D at the minute, because I'm the best body blocker on our team, so I'm trying to get everyone else to be able to do it.
So yeah, we've got Jester, he plays D, a bit of O, like you just said. We've got Riddler, he's a capper for us. Me, I also do capping. APOC is our offensive raider. ZProtoss, he's our
every day, millions of women use blades on their delicate skin.
I got a fucking advert on the server.
Care for your skin.
We've stolen a American player to come and snipe for us. And that's ZP.
Yeah, ZP is our sniper. He's really good actually. And then we've got ZernoK, who he's new. We haven't actually played a game with him yet, but from what we've seen, he's pretty cool. He'll be doing defense probably, maybe a bit of O. And then we've got Yard. And Yard's essentially our Shrieker.
He used to be a Hentai Master, for anyone who watched any of our older videos.
Yeah, aka Hentai Master.
Yeah.
Sibes, whose role on Game Shrine is Apoc's bitch. Yeah, he plays offense.
We move Sibes around a lot actually. He plays both offense and defense.
He doesn't really stay put much. And then they've got Pika Hooker, famously for his mid-airing videos. He wants to do chasing, but we usually just have him sit at home and...
I'm gonna call Pika out here right now. Pika, if you're watching this, you need to learn how to fucking chain. Been asking you for months. You need to practice chaining.
And then we got Frost. He either plays heavy on flag or defense. He's our on flag defense.
Yeah, he's the person I'm trying to kind of groom into doing my job so I can be a bit more flexible, and he's doing a really good job so far. He's getting crazy good. Really good. I think actually a couple of people said they got referred to our channel by him, so hello viewers from Absolute Frost stuff.
Yeah, Frost does some streaming, so he's quite well known.
Rio Bear?
Rio is our offensive player as well.
Yeah, he came along with APOC and we grabbed them both. No, really good TDMers, so we kind of moulded them into playing a real game type.
And then we've also got Dazaru, who's our D player too.
Yeah,
oh, I'm going to get owned here. Run for the pyro. Yeah, Dazaru, he's a defense player. And last of all, we've just got a new player in the team called Mod, and he's our sniper. And he should be our permanent sniper rather than ZP, who only plays 1 in like 5 games.
Yeah, which is fair enough on ZP. He is playing at like weird times because obviously again he's on. I think he's on East Coast, so he's 5 hours behind us.
Yeah.
Or 19 hours ahead of us. Whatever. He's not.
But we'll do a video where we show everyone's roles in action, and you know, that'd be cool.
We'll have them all do their own little sound clip saying what they do. It'll be cute. And I'll never let them live it down if they say anything cheesy. And then the last question from Mr. Patricks is, so I see you have all the class mastered, which I don't think you do.
I do now.
I thought you didn't have the energy pad for the sniper.
I got it. I have everything mastered now and about 200 experience left over.
And he said, and what would you recommend for a new player to unlock? I'll let you go for that one first.
Oh god. I mean, I play Pathfinder, so bolt launcher definitely. If you're talking weapons here, then bolt launcher. That's insane. If you're playing Sentinel, then Falcon. The Falcon is awesome. Such a good weapon.
It's a retarded weapon, but it's a good weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Should not be in the game at all.
What else is there again? What other classes are there? Help me out here.
All of the other classes in the game.
Utility pack for the soldier's good. I use that obsessively.
I think utility pack is basically a flat upgrade. There's no point in not using it.
Yeah.
You want to go for the AR and Thumper, because you obviously start with the spin piece of pistol.
Everything for the Juggernaut.
Yeah, pretty much everything for the Juggernaut. When it comes to class unlocks, though, for priority class unlocks, it depends entirely on what role you want to do.
Yeah.
And you should be able to figure out what role you want to do from the 3 starting class UX. You'll get, obviously, Soldier, Juggernaut, and Pathfinder, which pretty much are your kind of 3 staple classes anyway. They're the 3 classes that are played most of the time anyway. And then if you want to play offense more, grab Raider. If you want to play defense more, grab Tech. Because Technician's one of these classes that, again, just to kind of reference back to one of the other questions about metagame, Technician's become a hell of a lot more played quite recently.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, Tech Thumper.
Yeah.
Get Tech.
Oh no, I just play with the SMG and I'm playing Tech D, but...
If you're playing in the Gen Room like most people on public games do, then you want the Thumper. If you're actually playing properly on the flag, then you want the SMG.
Yeah. Basically any sort of spray weapon, as much as people want to bitch and whine about them, is kind of a must if you're playing any high level, just because you're not going to be able to do much damage to people on the stand, because if, say, Zero comes through at 400, I've got 2 options as a soldier. I've got 3 options as a soldier, and that's to body block him, to thump, or just to chain him down. Whereas with a technician, for example, you lose one of those options, and I think as a general rule you want to go for the chain over the damage on the stand. Obviously it depends what your teammate's playing. You don't want everyone with one thing. Kind of have to mix up a bit and see what happens there. But that sort of stuff. And that's the end of the questions.
Cool.
So there you go. Post more below next time, and yeah. Any closing comments?
Yeah, that whole thing about getting 10,000 referrals. I will actually put my referral link in the description box after this is done, just to be a bit cheeky there. What are you doing to your mic? But yeah, I'll put the referral link in the description box. I think Jester's microphone has died, so we'll just ignore that. And
sorry about that random door mid-video.
Oh, welcome back. Could you think of it? I was going to say something and I completely forgot. What were you going to say?
Brain fart!
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. There's a tournament soon. The the Tribes Release tournament. Me and Jester should be streaming that. We got offered it anyway, so hopefully we'll be streaming all of those matches and we'll put them all up for you. That'll be Team Hindsight, Team IDK, Unhandled Exception, and Reindeers and Rabies.
Yep.
4 of the top EU teams, and that'd be great. So.
Yeah, we'll be casting all that. I want to do some more casting. Again, we kind of dropped into a funk recently.
Okay, you've gone deadly quiet, so I'm just going to end this now. Cheers guys for watching, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Yep, see you next time.